In those England-France games over the last 2 weekends on BBC Two. It's in a really, really good place at the moment.
Yeah, it's an amazing place. I think to get such a huge audience and to put on terrestrial TV is a huge step. The fact that both teams put in great performances as well for both of the games, I think really helped raise the profile of the women's rugby.
Yeah, let's look at today's game then. Gloucester-Hartpury, a couple of big names back. Natasha Hunt having a sort of bit of a bout of COVID and what have you. She's back in the side with Kerry Large. Important those two figures today, I would have thought.
Yeah, definitely. They link so well together and they're both very off-the-cuff players. They like to just play what they see, which means they link very well. And as long as the pace out wide is aware of what they're doing, I think we can see some little dinks over the top and see some exciting passages of play from those two.
Absolutely. Harlequins, top of the table, maximum points. Are we expecting more of the same from them today?
I think they've got a whole package for their game. Their backs obviously can tear up, but their pack is just relentless. And I think Gloucester are really going to have to step up their pack today to match it. Otherwise, it could be a bit of a forward dominant battle.
Absolutely. Well, let's have a look at the state of play in terms of the table coming into this round of fixtures. As we say, Harlequins and Saracens top of the table on the maximum 25 points. Loughborough Lightning are tucked in just behind them on 19. Then come Worcester and Gloucester-Hartpury, both on 16 points. Exeter, after those 2 wins, have joined Bristol on 11 points. Worcester, with just that 1 victory, and Sale and DMP prop up the table. Well, the streaming of these games is becoming very, very popular indeed. Even the Red Roses were getting involved in watching these streamed games. They're out in France looking at their mobile phones, watching this game going on. Keeping updated with the club game. It is so important to these Red Roses players, of course, watching what their clubs are up to, even while they're on international duty. And of course, to enable the Allianz Premier 15 games to go ahead, Kat, we've got some slight law variations. Just take us through the headlines for the viewers today.
So the main ones are the scrums. There are a much reduced amount of them, and you can go quick tap instead with knock-ons, and so it just speeds up the volume of the game massively. 35-minute halves, again, really having to take opportunities, 10 minutes less of the game. Only been able to do driven line-outs in the 22s, which is a big one as well, because when you've got a dominant pack, you might want to drive from all over the pitch. So those are the kind of main ones that I think make the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, the ball in play time is a great deal more than with an 80-minute game we're finding at the moment as well. But a little bit earlier on, Ashley Wilmot, who reporting today, caught up with Sean Lynn, the Gloucester-Hartpury coach, and Gerard Mullen from Harlequins.
Sean, tough game last week against the Sharks, but a win is a win. What are you hoping to see from your side this week?
Yes, very similar from last week, making sure that we have some good ball in hand in attack, keeping ball, putting Harlequins under pressure, and making them make the errors. In defence then, it's just how we manage and make sure that we keep the discipline count down, especially against a side like Harlequins.
Exactly, and Quins are sitting comfortably at the top of the table. Where on the field will you need to be at your best to beat them today?
Yeah, a lot of people might say in the 22, in our 22, because of their driving maul. But what we've said in all week is how we manage the middle third. Let's not give away silly penalties, because we know exactly what Quins are going to do. They're going to kick that corner, and they're a very good drive inside.
And reverting back to your 9-10 combo with Large and Hunt, what magic can we expect from them today?
Oh, plenty.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's great to have the two of them back. They just bring such a calm edge to calmness within the squad, especially having Mo. She's made a great difference this week in training. Taking nothing away from Bianca Blackburn, she's been playing great all season when Mo's been out on COVID, but no, they'll just bring that great experience, and they've been in these scenarios before, so looking forward to it.
Thanks, Sean. All the best today.
Thank you.
Gerard, 5 out of 5 wins so far, top of the table. Confidence must be sky high at the moment.
No, fantastic to be top of the table. However, we know it's a long season, and there's still areas of our game we're looking to really improve upon. So, not getting too ahead of ourselves, and we know a very tough fixture here today against Gloucester.
And the Red Roses return this week. Sarah Beckett described the hosts as a big physical side. What challenges do you think they'll impose on you today?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd imagine they're going to try and make it very, very tough for us. So we'll need to, take pride in our basics and get our basics right around our carry work, our clear out, our tackle. So I think those, obviously basic areas are really important for us today to make sure we don't allow Gloucester get on top of us and take our momentum.
And finally, a quick word on Christine Sommer, who makes her first start since returning back to Quins. What can we expect from her today?
No, it's been great having Christine in. Look, great energy, great person. She's been training very well. So, she came on against Sale. She did well, but I'm excited to see her play today. And I know she's raring to go. But yeah, I think you'll see all-action player. Loves to get her hands on the ball and loves to make big impacts. So I'm sure she'll do herself proud.
Thanks, Gerald. Best of luck.
No worries.
Today.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, let's have a look at this round 6 as it's shaping up. So those early kickoffs down at Exeter, 14 points to 7. Maud Muir with a try for Wasps. Meg Jones has just squeezed Wasps ahead in that one. It's a tight one, of course. The Exeter Chiefs went off the back of a couple of wins and becoming really, really competitive side now. 17-0 up are Saracens. Sydney Gregson with a try there for the reigning double champions. Loughborough Lightning, that is a 2 o'clock kickoff, as is the Bristol Saracens game. 14-0 up Loughborough Lightning over DMP Durham Sharks. Olivia Jones with a try up at the University ground up there. Of course, our game 2:30 here at the Alpas Arena up against Harlequins, Gloucester-Hartpury and Sale Sharks Women. Another 2:30 kickoff against Worcester Warriors Women. Yeah, Worcester really looking to try and get a W in that results column today for them. Well, let's have a look at the runners and riders today then. Both sides welcome back their Red Rose stars. Mo Hunt returns to captain Gloucester-Hartpury from 9. Outside her, another World Cup winner, Kerry Large. Those two are going to be absolutely pivotal today. Further wide, more internationals and dangerous ones at that. Kelly Smith, Millie Wood and Tatiana Hurd. Up front, a heavy Welsh influence alongside Elle Perry, who of course was involved in England's wins over France. Kelsey Jones and Keris Hell in that front row. No Connie Powell or Zoe Allcroft. Those are both really big losses for them. Big ball carriers, so that pressure of carrying that ball is going to be on the likes of Gwen Crabb, Bethan Lewis and Shona Powell-Hughes. Good firepower on the bench as well. Sian Williams, Welsh international, Craigie George and Bianca Blackburn as well, who's been deputising very nicely for Mo Hunt. No less than 6 victorious England players come back into Jared Mullen's side. Amy Cockayne and Shauna Brown in that front row alongside Tove Vixen. Vicky Cornborough on the bench today. No Abby Ward, so Christian Summer returning to the club, partners the ever-present Fee Fletcher in the row. And look at that back row. Sarah Beckett, Emily Robinson in fine form, back from that injury now as well. And then Jade Conkle, the number 8. Settled backline, Leanne Riley and Emily Scott at half-back. On paper, such a threatening back 4 as well, with the likes of Chloe Rolly in at 15 alongside Jess Breach and England Sevens player Beth Wilcock. Annie Tuima is beginning to return to some great form, and good to see on their bench. Anna Capeless returning to the fold as well. Let's have a look at those benches. Yeah, as I mentioned, Craigie George, Bianca Blackburn, Ellie Underwood as well. Some really good quality players to come off both benches. In fact, that's what you're seeing nowadays, isn't it? It's a 23-player effort. That Harlequins bench. Anna Capeless not been involved so far this season. Good to see her back, and Alex Eddy back from that really long injury as well. But internationals, Chloe Edwards, Vicky Cornborough to come off the bench as well, and Lucy Packer's been in some really good form as well. Well, Cap Merchant, a near perfect day here, hardly a breath of wind, a little bit greasy underfoot, but the pitch is in reasonably firm condition out there. Had a little walk of the pitch earlier on. We should see a really good game of rugby.
I think both sides really like to move it, and hopefully conditions hold like this so they're both able to do that, so we can see quite a free-flowing game of rugby. You mentioned the law changes mean more ball in play, which is great spectator-wise to see what's going on, so hopefully we see a lot of that.
And I've commentated on Harlequins quite a few times over the last couple of seasons. It's about getting parity, isn't it? Because it is, I use the word juggernaut, it is a juggernaut pack. Pretty much whoever they choose is getting parity there, and then we know what this Gloucester backline could do. Is that the key for Gloucester-Hartpury today?
I think so. I think they're going to really have to step up and really not be bullied by the Harlequins pack, because that is what Quins are so good at doing. And so if they can stop that and then have a battle of backline instead, I think it puts Gloucester-Hartpury in a much better position. But yeah, they've got to control those forwards, because as you say, relentless. They just, whoever they're playing there, big ball carriers, they're not scared to offload it, and they're just so dominant.
And they've got a great defence as well, Harlequins. 36 tries scored, I should say. 26 of those at home, 10 away from home. So Harlequins not quite so strong away from home. Does give teams a chance, but they know that they're building. Harlequins coming from our right-hand side in the change room in these COVID times, well away from the Gloucester-Hartpury players, and they sort of cross over. Plenty of hellos in the ranks today. England players in both squads, and squads who know each other very well indeed, but all that will go completely and utterly out of the winner now, as Rachel Burf, the Harlequins captain, just gives her last bit of instructions to her team. And as most of the sides have been doing this season, just marking rugby against racism. Showing their respect in their own unique ways, these clubs. The referee knows these parts very well, doesn't he? Nick Wood, the former Luceb prop. He's up the road at Gloucester for many, many years indeed. Now,
Gloucester ready?
Replace the boots, and he's lost some timber, isn't he, Nick?
Time on.
His hair, but he's got possession of the P now. Here we go then, Harlequins against Gloucester-Hartpury. Round 6 of the Allianz Premier 15s. Immediately Gloucester-Hartpury just clear their lines. Nice calm start from them. They seem like a very happy bunch, Kat, this Gloucester-Hartpury side.
There's a lot of dancing in the warm-up, wasn't there? Kind of skipping around, warming up. But it's nice to see them very relaxed going into this game. They were obviously buzzing for it, but and they just looked like there was a real good atmosphere amongst them.
So you're showing the viewers didn't get to see your dance moves. Anyway. Fletcher in there for Harlequins. Leanne Riley didn't have too many options. Had to go back into the heavy traffic. It's about these collisions, isn't it? Jade Conkle, an expert at those collisions.
Tackle, release.
It's a good start from Gloucester-Hartpury. That's Kerry Large taking down Amy Cockayne. Tuima. The knock on from Harlequins, turnover ball. They started so brightly, didn't they, the other week against Saracens with that Millie Wood try. Gloucester-Hartpury. Good start here as well.
Really clever play to put so much pressure on Tuima there, force the turnover, and then once they've stolen it, they know that the back three are going to be out of place. So a lovely, clever kick in behind, let it bounce, getting territory as well as gaining that possession. So really nice, smart play by Gloucester-Hartpury there.
Tough old game last time out. It's a replayed game against Sale. 17-14, Gloucester-Hartpury came through.
Wait. Tackle! Move, tackler.
Second time that Fee Fletcher has been used in the line out. No Abby Ward, of course, today. Who's, of course, and it's meant in the nicest possible way, but a complete line out Norse. I know she'll take that in a way that it's meant. Bit of confusion in the end. So he did well.
Move 12.
Ball to Millie Wood.
Let her move. Ball's there.
Mid Rose 8 times. Millie Wood. It's Kerry Large. A little juggle. Down into Rolly. It's this control of play,
move, no. Hands out,
this
13.
middle part of the park that Sean Lynn was talking about before the game, because He's not giving penalties away. He was talking about that discipline as well. A couple of yellow cards in the last game. Harlequins get penalties here. They kick to the corner, and we know all about their driving maul.
Yeah, their driving line out is something that Gloucester-Hartpury will be really aware of, so need to keep their discipline as they're doing so far.
Sarah Beckett just spilling that ball. Heavy challenge in there from Emily Robinson. Really bright start to the season.
Not quick.
Such a bright pass from Kerry Large, but we were playing advantage. Little knock on, so there's one of those little variations. Cat little knock on, so free kick. It's almost like a set piece now, isn't it? The free kick.
Yeah, well, there'll be a lot of work, I assume, in training about different kind of ways to do it. Instead of practicing scrum, so they'll have practiced that and have different options off it.
Good run from El Perry. That's a huge hit on Tatiana Hurd. Tunic actually in the middle of the field. El Perry just gingerly getting up as Kerry Large just feeds Hurd.
Tackle! Stay.
Already mentioned Zoe Allcroft, who's
Tackle move, no two, let go!
got some real edge to her, Zoe Allcroft. Missed that today. Connie Power, one of those. So Kelsey Jones is in that
clear release, please.
Hooker position. That's a good run from her. They need those forwards coming on to the ball.
13 on the side.
And just as Gloucester start to just get a slight head of steam up, Harlequins are over the ball and get the penalty.
Yeah, that was a beautiful line, wasn't it? And the key thing about it is being so flat, trying to get in behind that Quins defence, because Quins are rushing up fast and trying to shoot everything down.
Perfect, quick hands. Her trademark.
No one! Let go, please. Okay.
Leanne Riley, the show and go. And she loses the ball. Fahey. Already a couple of tries. Bristol, Exeter.
We'll come back.
She can only score against teams from the southwest. It would see the Gloucester-Hartpury fullback.
Well, we were talking about battles beforehand, and a Hunt and Riley battle is always a good one to see. They're both kind of, competing for England spots. They're going to want to prove what they can do. So Riley does that. She has a little snipe around the ruck area, just seeing if she can get through, and then obviously fumbles, which means Gloucester-Hartpury get a shot back at it.
Are you ready?
Yeah, there are some great battles within the battle, aren't there? You say, yeah, that's probably the headline, isn't it? The battle for the Red Roses number 9 shirt.
Hold, Quinn, stay!
But also you look Burford against Hurd.
Back!
Natasha Moe Hunt. First part was done really well.
She's on her feet, excited to compete for the ball.
Fling that ball to Kerry Large, gave Kerry Large hardly any options at all. To try just keep hold of that ball, and that's that penalty that Sean Lynn was talking about. Emily Scott will go to the corner here.
Well, Scott's so skillful. She's a player that can play anywhere along the back line. So we'll be looking to pin them into the corner now, and this is the area they didn't want to be in. And it's one thing I really like about Gloucester-Hartpury and Natasha Hunt and Kerry Large, that they do want to play from anywhere. They don't just go the safe route, but by doing that, obviously it is slightly higher risk, and that you can place yourself in a bit more pressure than needed.
Stay inside the 15.
Do like to go out strong. 21. The 36 tries scored in first halves. Kirsten Sumner back at the club, the USA international, takes that line out. Like to Shauna Brown and Amy Kokana there. This is initially really good work from Gloucester-Hartpury. Now it comes down, that's brilliant. And look at the reaction from the Gloucester-Hartpury 8.
And that says it all there. They must have worked on this. They'd have been targeted this in training 100% because they know exactly what Quins can do. So to come away with a scrum here, excellent for them, a real win.
Bind up on the back.
Sir Burgess, otherwise known as Bird, the coaching staff here.
Form first, please.
The glue, Mo Hunt described it to me this week. Mother Bird.
That's cute, isn't it?
Okay, Gloss crouch. Let's go, Quins.
Honestly, I don't waste these dark nights Kat. I come up with things like that.
Yeah.
Crouch.
Not bad. Okay, excellent.
Bind. Set.
He's also been working with Mark Cormer, who's the Hartpury coach, Championship men's side. And Dan Murphy as well, from the London Irish prop. And that work is plain to see. Penalty to Gloucester-Hartpury at the scrum.
Well, we said it was important that Gloucester-Hartpury pack stepped up in order to match, and they've done more than that to get a penalty from a scrum 5. I think excellent work, puts the pressure on.
Backwards.
Don't find their touch though. It's going to be those details. Top of the table team that Harlequins are. Really just runs it back in. Brixton, Leanne Riley put everything into that pass. Burford, quick hands. Just Breach was up there. Tuima has to go back. She goes into touch, and look at this exit for Gloucester-Hartpury now.
Lost forward in the tackle, off red.
Just came off Gloucester though, so knock on. It'll be a Harlequins
Let's get 10,
free
please.
kick.
Let's get 10.
You can see the line speed from both teams, but Kelly Smith there was rushing her, wasn't she? She wasn't letting anything go around the outside of her.
Shauna Brown. A tackle from El Perry. Look at the angle from Amy Cockayne.
It's off your own player's foot. Hold. Hold. Thank you.
Scott. Beckett. Neat pirouette from Sarah Beckett.
Let go, please. Let go, Mo.
It's in fine
On
form.
the wrong side.
Played in that number 8 shirt, of course. Sarah Hunter
Tackle, release
for
first,
England.
Thank you, well done.
Shona Powell-Hughes making a nuisance of herself for the breakdown. Sumner. Looked directly familiar with there, didn't she? She could have stepped into space. No. I'll step into her face.
No fall, let go!
Classic forward in space kind of panic scenario.
4, you're on your feet. 5, move first.
Full penalty now to Harlequins. Leanne Riley's getting things going quickly again. Who's in support? Shauna Brown is.
Penalty advantage. Let go, please. Ball's live still.
Advantage being played to Harlequins here. They've gone at the left-hand side. Need to look after that ball. Great start to this game defensively for
Still got
Gloucester-Hartpury.
penalty advantage. Tackle.
Clear communication from the referee. Signalling still got advantage. It'll grab her through from Emily Scott. She knew the penalty was coming. And we all go back to that penalty now.
Captain.
Yeah, you lose nothing by giving it a go and pulling it back, but sometimes I just wonder, actually, you've got the face of Breach out there, why don't you just pass it out, get the ball early in hands and just see what she can do, because you'll still come back for the penalty anyway.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it.
You didn't play on the wing, did you, Kat, by any chance?
Yeah, just give me the ball, that's all I want. I've got this, guys. Yeah.
Indeed you did on many occasions. Yeah, Beth Wilcox on this near side, the right winger for Harlequins, England Sevens player, of course, ready to try against DMP Durham Sharks. Cockayne, so good with her arrows. Sumner.
Tackle, move it!
Tackle by Gloucester-Hartpury, peeled away Harlequins there. And the Summer line up, and looks like they've gone over as well. That's why they were peeling round outside. Who's at the bottom of that body? Who's being congratulated?
Who's still part of the tackle was still going on.
Looks like it might be Jade Conkle. So hard to stop from that kind of range.
Especially as they changed their game a little bit. They got, the first time they'd got stopped was that one, as you mentioned, it's that peel around. It changes the point of contact, which makes it really difficult to defend. So Gloucester are getting in tight, they're getting prepared for a driven battle, and then just actually by spinning off it and picking off this again, it just makes it so difficult because Gloucester-Hartpury are having to fold round. They're not low enough, and then Quins can obviously get lower and drive over the line.
Yeah, it was almost the dummy, wasn't it? Not going for the drive. Just changed things up slightly. Emily Scott, 144 points in her Premiership career so far. Could she add 2 more? Not this time.
It shows Quins' class, though, that they route one doesn't work. Okay, let's try a different option, and that's what good teams will have. They'll have plan A, plan B, plan C, and they'll just stick with what works for them.
Karen Findlay. The forwards coach, of course. Jared Mullen, the new head man. Karen Findlay is effectively running London for the Metropolitan Police. Extraordinary how she can do both, but that's what she's doing. But coaching this forward pack, and what treats and delights that she has to work with. There's Beckett, one of them. Leanne Riley charged out. Shauna Brown, was that a fake to kick from Shauna Brown?
I really hope so.
Love to see the replay of that as Gloucester get the penalty. Kerry Large will put this down.
I think you're right. I think that was a dummy kick there.
That's shades of it, didn't it?
I mean, she's a skillful prop, so why not? And you're not going to expect it as the defence. You prop,
Give them numbers
put a
early,
little hoof in.
And she doesn't mind a try against Gloucester-Hartpury either. 2 tries last time they played here, and then a try back at the Stoop when they met last season. All adding to what she now has is 37 tries in her Premiership career. For a tight head prop, Fahey shows some real confidence, doesn't it, to Weimer? Yeah, it's just a little bit high. Nick Wood has signalled that laddie to him. Yeah, nice little moment there, just saying, sorry pal, England colleagues, of course. Was just a little bit high, one of those seatbelt tackles we call it.
Yeah, it's when they start kind of chest, then they ride up rather than an out and out high hit, but got to kind of keep them all lower.
Like this from Daisy Fahey.
Ah, that was smooth, wasn't it? Just she knows where she was. That's more calculated than it looks. She spotted Smith coming round, lifts it up, and that's great for the skill there.
But when you're playing Harlequins, we know what a great side they are. They've been to the last 2 finals, top of the table at the moment, maximum points. I like that, the fact that she's got the confidence to do that. We said they look relaxed, and they've certainly started this game very well, Gloucester.
Yeah, they're not scared to try things, and you can't be. Just because you play top of the league, it doesn't mean you change completely how you play. You have to focus on yourself, what you can do, and just raise it an extra level.
Let's give numbers.
Wasn't straight at the line out, so Harlequins have opted to have a line out. Short numbers. Gone for Fletcher. Millimetre perfect from Amy Cockayne.
Release 8.
And she is on her game.
Well done, 6, thank you.
Taking some huge carries.
Good tackle. No hands, Gloucester, go! You've got to move. You two are fine, but she is on the wrong side. Number 2, roll
Kelsey
away.
Jones, who's been cleared by Nick Wood, the referee, not rolling away quick enough, and it's very hot on that Nick Wood. You should know that he refereed Harlequins game up at Loughborough a few rounds ago.
And you've got to play your referee. Every referee is going to be hotter on certain laws, and so it's playing to that. So if they know that he in particular is hot on the not rolling away, then get yourself moving, show willing, get your hands up, show that you're making that attempt.
No, come on, that's too much now. Let's step up. Yeah, just the line, please. Thank you.
Been some chopping and changing. Had a chat with Jared Mullen before the game. Not easy. 8 odd players coming back from international duty. Beckett.
Tackle move.
Not training ground move, but Gloucester were up to it. Shona Powell-Hughes had spotted the danger.
Release. Ball's available. Stay
Great
still.
shape.
Ball's available.
Shona Powell-Hughes worked really hard to get herself back in Welsh contention, and she was announced in that Welsh squad for the end of those Six Nations games before they were cancelled. Leanne Riley putting it down into the corner. There's a great tackle right round the ankles of Sarah Beckett.
And what Quins are doing really nicely is they're using their playmakers, they're using Scott, they're using Barford to offload to the big runners like Beckett to really punch into that Gloucester-Hartpury backline.
And our first water break. Just 5-0 for Harlequins. Yes, they down into their Gloucester 22 now, but you're a Gloucester-Hartpury player at the moment. You're happy with the way that things are going?
I think they're playing with confidence. They've got some heads-up play. They have made a couple of errors which have made Quins get a bit of territory maybe where they wouldn't have had in the 22. But yeah, they're playing confident heads-up rugby, which is when they look at their best.
Guess the management, the likes of Sean Laird, Lisa Burgess, and James Forrester, Jango, wonderful player in his day for Gloucester, now in the Gloucester-Hartpury Women setup. Would probably like to be playing some rugby on our left-hand side, down in the Harlequins territory, right?
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah.
Let's get you up to date then. It's full time between Exeter Chiefs Women and Wasps. 24-14. Giselle Mather's team have come through that one. Saracens 17-5 up against Bristol Bears. And no. Just hearing Loughborough have scored another couple. 26-0 over the MP Durham Sharks. You're all up to date. Look at that. The wonders of modern technology.
You guys are on the mark.
Great, these games are being streamed one every round from the RFU on their Facebook page, YouTube channel. Follow us through the socials as well.
Backwards.
North next week, can't we, Kat?
Yeah, a lovely trip up to Darlington.
Way up north.
Just make sure we're
Shy
connected,
Pennock,
please. Connected.
physical player. One of these players who's at Gloucester-Hartpury University will certainly come through. Natasha Hunt, of course, studied here. Sean Lynn was one of the lecturers when Mo was a student.
Tackle release.
Conkle. Beckett looking for the tip on. Scottish international said, no, not this time, it's me.
You've gone off your feet to clear. Okay.
Mo Hunt and Leanne Riley.
Yeah, there is no love lost there between those two. It's there. A key thing from me is Gloucester not making their touches when they're trying to clear from their 22, because the back three for Quins is very good. Scott's back there. She's taking every single high ball. She's moving it on, so they need to make sure that they can get it out, they can resettle, rather than allowing Quins to have an opportunity to attack them.
On a couple of occasions, Kerry Large has really gone for some distance, actually. Well, actually, do you know what, just peg it back a metre or two, make it safe.
Yeah, safe, just so they know that they can then you can kind of just, rather than having to rush up then and try and defend Quins in open play, it's actually a lot more structured. Defend off the line out and get yourself settled.
But here we are in Harlequins territory, Gloucester-Hartpury with the line out. Hurd.
Tacklers move! Thank you.
Playing reasonably well, Tatiana Hurd. Bracing herself, Bailey, wasn't she, for that one? She knew.
Yeah, that was coming.
Wilcox was coming in. Trying to work down this short side again. Millie Wood. Wilcox is there again.
Yeah, great defence from Wilcox, twice actually there to I mean, because when you do your rush up, you've got to make the hit, otherwise they can get round you. But a great pressure on, and then this, that's a brilliant tackle, because you notice that she hits just below the hip, so it knocks Wood off balance, so then she can drive her into touch. Great tactical hit there.
And when you've got the best defender in the world, the touchline on your
misses.
Side.
Yeah, never misses.
But again, it's another one of those. Gloucester just beginning to build up a head of steam, and now Harlequins come away through Chloe Rowley. Scotland international.
First play. Hold.
And will they get those World Cup qualifiers played? The pools now, of course, announced. Pinnock, some open space for the second row. Didn't look overly happy, did she, in the wide open spaces? Millie Wood again, perhaps. And this is why I love the psychology they get. I think Millie Wood's thinking about that last passage of play when she was smashed into touch.
Could be. It'll then change her decision. She'll want to step back in, because as a winger, it's nothing worse than getting put into touch, so you just need to avoid it.
Leanne Riley, Conkle. Now Harlequins trying to find something down the short side. Summer. Yeah, Riley charged down for a second time.
No advantage.
We were playing advantage.
We're still under advantage. I clearly said it. Okay, when you're ready.
Good game, isn't it?
What's this? Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
That's the Hartpury have come to their home patch. Said no. I'm just going to walk away with this, Harlequins.
Stop. Stand up, 3. Walk away, stand up. Stand up. Time off, Rachel. Stay
A
here.
bit of afters as well.
I think when games are that close as well, sometimes they get like that, don't they? It just means so much, those little moments.
Okay, both of you, as in your teams, are active. Okay, when the ball's gone, when the whistle's gone, walk away. Manage it yourselves, please. Okay, or I will. Yes, you can. Time is off. It's going to restart with a free kick.
Nice clear warning from the referee there. You deal with it or I will. So they know basically that means any more of it, he's going to be looking to use cards.
I like that though.
Yeah, give them an opportunity. Tell them straight. Captains, go back. Tell your teams. Refs not having any of it.
Restart
Spotted
with a free kick
it.
for the
No
knockout.
afters. Focus on the game.
Time's still off. Let's go, Gloss.
Just for a chance. Gloss. There's
Time on.
Beckwood. Just called them. Kershaw.
Tackle!
Newport. Welsh International. Shona Powell Hughes up against Concord. Shona Powell Hughes wins that one. Perry. Shauna Brown. Look at that turnover work for the tight head. She wasn't happy at the last breakdown, was she? She went straight over the top.
On your feet.
And she's so powerful.
Okay.
Turn that ball over and Harlequins get the penalty.
Okay.
It's getting physical out there.
Really is, and it's the reactions of how quickly they do things. Like Brown reacted really quickly onto that, and then Large again really quickly onto Riley, and they're both teams are just really switched on, looking for any scrap of getting territory and getting the ball in hand.
Just making sure the line out call
You pulled at it first time.
is
You
correct.
got it.
Beckett,
Just don't get a
Conkle
second chance.
out in that back line.
Once your hands have come off it.
Those runners. Fletcher, just one of the most consistent performers in this league, has been for years. Emily Scott.
Release 8! No, you're pinning her in. 6, you're pinning her in. You slow your own
Shona
ball
Powell
down.
Hughes. Beckett just trying to hold Shona Powell Hughes. Referee saw it. Burford goes down that left hand side for Jess Breach.
Stay.
She's scragged though, Jess Breach. 15 caps now, Jess Breach.
Stay, ball still in.
24 tries.
Insane stat throwing, absolutely
Seconds
incredible.
move. No
Such
two.
a great finisher.
Wait. 1 on 8, thank you.
6-1 game. Here come Harlequins again. Shauna Brown is trying to go through the middle. Scored a try against Loughborough, one of her 2 that day. Exactly the same
please,
way.
Quins!
Just beginning to turn the screw, you feel, Harlequins here. Just go towards the 24-minute mark here, the Alpas Arena, Hartpury University. Penalty, Gloucester-Hartpury. Just as I say, Harlequins turning the screw.
Your 2 players are off their feet. Go.
Harlequins players off their feet, trying to take it quickly, and then Leanne Riley
9 off you go.
has been shown a yellow card.
Time's off, hang on, not quick.
He'd warned them, he'd given the warnings to the captain, he said exactly what he was going to do, he was going to deal with it if anything happened, and Riley is one of those players who plays right on the edge, she's very feisty, tried to push it,
Holding, and then
refs
knocked
he
it.
said his bit, having none of it, yellow. big call though, wasn't it? Because you'd have put money on the fact Quins were going over for a score. So to then, getting a holding on penalty, getting turned over, then a yellow, huge shift in momentum there.
How big a moment is that in this game? She couldn't resist, could she? She knows she's up against Mo Hunt. They battled for that number 9 shirt. Mo Hunt, very canny at the end of that France game last week. Very, very canny indeed. Talking to the referee that French players are lying all over the ball. I think she's been very canny there as well. Running straight into Leanne Riley. Leanne Riley's got no option, but Mo Hunt's won that one.
Yeah, you need your 9s to be like that though, don't you? You need savvy 9s that control the game. And on the edge a little bit like flankers.
Absolutely. And Leanne Riley, she got the chance to do that back to Mo Hunt. She would do exactly the same, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Great turnover work. Really is. Emily Robinson.
On her feet long enough, pulling at the ball.
Very good against Sale.
It's impressive just the body positioning that she gets herself into so quickly over the ball. So you're showing the referee there's a clear release, but then if you can get yourself really, really low, show your support and your body weight, get your hands on the ball, you're either going to jackal it and steal it, or even better in some scenarios, get that penalty so then they can get it down and let Scott do the kick and go for their line out options.
Not found touch this time. Mo Hunt, who's a fine kicker, scored some conversions already this season.
On the edge of the line, please, Gloucester.
Neither team's being quite as clinical with some of the kicks as they'd want to, and that does cost. Quins could have had the line out down, 5 metres out, driven line out. They scored off with the going around peeling, but now obviously back up here on the 10 metre, a lot harder.
Let's go, Quins. Have you got numbers,
to get
please?
much from it.
In a bit. Just a metre, thank you. Hold 10.
31-10, 31-0 it was. Did say the last round, plenty of those England players missing for Harlequins. Joe Muller was very keen to point out
Take a step.
Fringe players, squad players, whatever you want to call them. Impressed the way they stepped up.
Move 10.
In that Sale
You're pinning
game.
her down 1. Ball's out. Not now, 6, let go! Thank you.
Back up to the full
No,
complement.
12,
It will
please.
take a squad to win this league. We know that. There will be injuries. It's a long old season. It's about timing the run, isn't it? Being in that top 4 and going for it. Ideally top 2, of course, to get a home semi-final. Pole position at the moment, but they know it's a long season. Harlequins. And Shauna Brown. Now 20 caps to her name. Fahey just very coolly, very calmly, just letting that one roll and bounce. The heart must be in the mouth, Kat, at those kind of moments. You've been there.
She really did, just very calmly, because it can panic in that kind of situation. Because you leave it too long, suddenly there's the attacker on it and they get it. I always had a horrific one with Amber Penrith. It was bouncing around and we weren't sure which one of us was going for it. It ended up bouncing between us and the opposition scored. So I've been there. So it didn't end well.
So what you're saying is happens to the best.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Good contest. Release 1!
It's collision areas. It's a real dogfight. Bethan Lewis with the
Okay, going to be a Quins scrum here.
latest tackle.
Got an injury. Time off.
Injury.
It's going to be your scrum just here.
An interesting thing for Quins as well is they haven't just replaced someone in to go 9. We've seen Chloe Rowley go in there, which I love because she's so fast and such a decisive player like that. But also Breach went in at 9 as well.
Yeah, just over 5 minutes left on that yellow card for Leanne Riley. Just Hartpury have got to take advantage, haven't they? Got to get something, got to get some territory to start with.
Territory to start with, but you just got to come away with points when you've got a member of the opposite team off. That's the sole goal. We've got to get points in there, capitalise on the opportunity.
Well, the average is 7 points, I believe, across
So the reason I'm asking you to release there.
the game of rugby
Where's
union.
the piece of the ball right there? It's the tackler who's still on the wrong side and affecting the attempt to clear up. So that's why I'm saying release. Rather than go to penalty, okay, if you guys release, you just play on.
Just having a listen to Nick Wood having a conversation with Natasha Hunt. It's a calm moment. And you know, look at this, Rachel Burford now just coming over the Harlequins captain, just to come and have a little word with the referee as well.
And also to hear what's being said, probably to hear actually what's Natasha Hunt saying. I want to just overhear this so I can relate it to my team as well, and just kind of be a presence in the eye line of the ref. So
okay, restarting with a Quins
clever,
scrum.
both very, very clever players.
El Perry is coming off one of her 10th cap. Back at Twickenham.
Okay.
Against France.
Up on the back, stay straight.
See her back.
Let's wait till the ball's in. Okay. Right,
Shame
time
to
on.
see her leaving the field, but
Okay, Quins form up, thank you.
Cara
Crouch. Let's go, Gloucester.
former Osprey. 9 caps for Wales now.
Crouch!
International for international. Such is the
Bind!
quality of this
Set!
league now.
Stay there, 9. Stay there, 9, Gloucester.
Natasha Hunt trying to get the
Move
better
7. No hands, 8. Let go, please.
Kerry Riley,
Ball is
who's
still in,
slotted
stay
in
there.
at 9. Just to remind you, Leanne Riley, yellow carded.
Tackle! Let go, let go, let go, 10. Hard for the tackle.
Trying to just claw their way out. That was Quentin Crabb. Wilcox up against Millie Wood. We spoke about these battles within the battle. That's another one, isn't it? Developing very nicely, and we've got a front row
Stand
seat
up,
here.
Let go, please stand up. Ball is out.
With wings as well, you need to make sure, like, if you want to have a shot on them, it's always there, you know, if you've been put into touch, and you definitely want to put them into it, or you know, you want to hand them off and go round on the next time. So it's just, there's a lot of psychology in it, with back three specifically, because you get to go on them one-on-one so much.
Going to the round in 5th with 3 wins and a couple of losses. Gloucester-Hartpury. 16 points, same as lost for that points difference. Expect Watts will, they've been extra, haven't they? So
On the ball.
move ahead in the table.
Tackle now.
Wood was a little bit lucky there. I thought that was a bit of a high shot.
Yep.
Leave it, you two. Ball gone. Let go.
Wins against Bristol and Sale. Exeter as well in that first round.
Come back. Stay. Don't move. Stay.
Against Loughborough
Thank you.
and Saracens. Jeremy Scott goes to the skies. Bethan Lewis is underneath that one. Got a body in the right place, so
Advantage.
that ball wasn't
7,
knocked on.
Never out of the 10.
Natasha Hunt was on hand, as was
Penalty advantage.
Pal Hughes.
Hold.
Penalty advantage coming to GH Gloucester-Hartpury. Pinnock. It's
Come
carried
back,
very
number 7.
hard today, the second
Never
row.
retreat if you're out 10 metres on the kick.
So far, anyway.
You must actively retreat out of the
And we
10.
spoke about front row kicking, but Amy Cocaine, she's so skillful. Here we go. She just says, I've got this. Just absolutely brilliant.
She was a centre.
I think she's played 10 as well, you know.
Us hookers can do that, you know. Cat. Push you anywhere you like. Yeah, right.
Hold. Now you're on.
It's really bubbling, isn't it, this game?
Better run.
The right idea, just not the right execution, and it's broken field. And is there any better player in the league than
No, 14,
Kerry Riley,
release, please.
taking advantage of broken field? But she's been
Hands out. Ball is still
Been
in.
sharp
Stay there.
today. Really solid under the high ball. Good speed, good footwork. Generally beating the first
Tackle.
defender as well.
Tackle release. Thank
But on
you.
that flip side, Gloucester-Hartpury known about that danger and have shut it out
No
very
6,
quickly.
thank you.
Yeah, great line speed to shut any threat down.
They're coping well without a 9 here. That was Rachel Burford in at 9 this time.
Balls there. I can't reward you while your 4's still there.
She is my podcast wife on the Women's Rugby Pod. Another penalty to Gloucester-Hartpury.
You must actually tap it. You must actually tap it. No, not now. It's a penalty. You must actually tap it.
Coming back now. The ball.
Some more afters there between Large and Brown, I think.
1, 2, don't come in like that, please. Step away, step away. Step away. Step away. Step away.
Everything getting so heated out there, but
Isn't
just
it?
don't need it.
Just retake from the mark, actually. Time's off.
Yeah, those players flying
2,
in from
2, come here, please.
10-15 metres away. Nick Wood wants a word with Amy Cockayne
That's
here.
how situations escalate. Both teams are guilty, okay? What escalates is you running in. And coming in, listen to me, please. Okay, Rachel? No, it's not. Rachel, I'm going to word with players, please. That's now the second time in 1/2. I'm going to talk to them as well. Standards, please, ladies. No, you talk to your team. The whistle's gone, okay? We don't do it. Nothing else after
It's
it.
feisty,
Okay,
wasn't it?
Start disciplining.
Really feisty.
Either you
Something's
sort
annoyed
yourselves
Shauna
or I
Brown.
take control.
Yeah,
Okay?
she's on one, isn't she? Someone
She?
said something or done something.
Just spoke to them about that.
Some of these columns of things she's writing.
But neither team backing down from it either. They're both, feisty, strong teams, and it shows they're not going to back away from confrontation.
Time back on. Okay, holding.
Do feel that Harlequins are just dicing, aren't they? It was quite clear with Rachel Burford then. A couple of incidences now in this first half. You get the feeling he won't take any more nonsense as Leanne Riley is waiting to come back on the field and be back up to 15 players. One last chance then, Gloucester-Hartpury for now. 15 against 14. Hunt. Hurt. Neat step to begin with, and she's
No, 3, let go!
a couple of Harlequins tacklers. Penalty again. This penalty count is beginning to rack up
I've asked
now.
you to release because 5 is on the wrong side. Okay, you then played the ball.
It's Gloucester that were asked to focus on discipline, but actually it's Quins that are struggling now and giving the penalties away. And it's interesting that Gloucester are going for the corner; they're not going for the points, which is is it within range, I would say. But actually they're saying no, we want more than that. We're going for the full try.
Going for the juggler, as it were, going for the gamble, the 7-point gamble, the 5-point gamble, going into that corner.
But it shows the mindset. They're going for the win. They're not trying to close down a scoreline. They are trying to get ahead and win.
Had to get their line out right, and they didn't.
30 feet to counter. Thank you.
Shauna Brown comes away. She's right in the thick of it. Right now, the England tight head. Summer.
Not on the ball. Stay on your feet to counter, please. Watch where you put your feet.
Brown again. To Pinnock. She's rolling, tumbling away, is Shauna Brown. She has got a bit between her teeth. Something has annoyed her earlier on in this game, and she is not taking any prisoners.
Stay, 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 2, stay.
Play still down in the Harlequins half. Emily Scott puts the ball out to touch, only a couple of metres from where she kicked it. She's not happy with where the assistant referee's got. Leanne Riley's back on the field, and this game is really, really hotting up. Last couple of minutes of this first half then.
Well, it's interesting when Quins are under pressure, they do give those penalties away. So Gloucester just need to keep ramping up the pressure level so they can try and convert some of these penalties into points or to cards to get the most advantage out of the situation.
Set pieces, king and queen. Sean Lynn said to me before the game, I got that line out right. The one before wasn't.
Advantage.
But look at the line speed of Harlequins. But it's done illegally, said Nick Wood. It's another penalty. Just feel there's plenty of penalties in that first half of the first half against Gloucester. And there's lots of penalties against Harlequins. We'd all like to see a slightly more free-flowing game, wouldn't we?
And it's from desperation. It's a line speed off the mark. They're just doing that extra little bit of edge. And I think Gloucester, they have numbers out wide and they're trying to get it there, but they're not deep enough to. They were, putting passes across that just weren't good enough, and they're pushing it on to the next person, whereas actually get deeper, get outside and take them on.
I just wonder if it's constant team infringements. Whether you stop that by getting a yellow card out. At the moment, players, there's dangerous positions, and Gloucester aren't going for posts. You give that penalty away because otherwise it might be a try, and you know that the referee's not going to give a card at the moment.
It's that kind of cynical kind of play going, oh, we'll probably be all right. You'd rather give away the penalty than take the 7 points that could happen.
It's a good first half. She's taken the line out. Lisa Burgess is right in front of her. She's literally willing her side off.
So she'd be in there if she could.
Natasha Hutt adds her scrum halfway. It's gone down. Harlequins with the foot into the scrum. And I certainly won't repeat what Lisa Burgess has just said.
No, hopefully that was not picked up. But yeah, I think frustration from there. But it didn't look like they'd got over, and they were hoping that they'd got the score. But Quins did well there to defend that.
Yeah, and this game is right in the balance at half time. And what a fiercely contested game it has been so far. Harlequins just that single try through their number 8, Jade Conkle. It's Harlequins, the league leaders coming into this round, who lead 5-0 at the breakers. Natasha Hunt is still having a word with the referee, and it's one of those games, isn't it? It's going to come down to the finest of margins. Give me your assessment of that first 35, Kat.
Definitely a battle. I think that Gloucester just started to change their momentum at the end there, but I think Quins will be pretty happy to come away with that half-time being when it was. But both teams looking to play. It's going to come down to penalties and discipline, I think.
Yeah, just going to say that momentum that Gloucester had, they will be annoyed that half-time whistle has come, whereas Harlequins expect to be slightly more pleased just to get back into the sheds. And again, Rachel Burford's having a word with the referee as well. It's one of those, isn't it? It's going to come down to a single score, you feel, but there's smiles there, but anything but smiles in that first 35 minutes. Hugely contested first 35 minutes. Harlequins with a narrow lead, 5 points. Let's have a look back at that first half then. Some of the key moments. Plenty of turnovers, plenty of penalties in this game as well. But it was early on. Kirsten Summer back in the side.
And it's clever play and just peeling off the line out. Simple, they'll do it every week in, week out at training. And it's like changing that point of the attack, going nice and low, and it's Conkle that gets the ball down. She's just been a strong carrier the whole first half.
Yeah, and they'd driven a line out before, hadn't they? Strike through the middle, and this was just a change of the angle, just change for Gloucester-Hartpury. You can see they're piling in behind, looking for the driving line out, and actually Harlequins very savvy.
Yeah, Quins were set when Gloucester were really set because they thought Quins were going to go driven. They were in really, really tight, and then just by changing the point of attack, making it slightly wider, you stretch that defence. And this is what we spoke about, how clever these players are. Natasha Hunt knows what she's doing there. The quick tap. It could have been any player in front of her, in fairness, I think. Just tap run into them, because we know that the ref had already warned them. Any kind of misconduct is going to be a yellow.
Yeah, that was about as much action as we had in the first half in terms of highlights. But having said that, I mean, it's only 5-0, but a hugely intriguing game of rugby here. Absolutely no love lost at all. Plenty of sledging going on between the two sets of players. So only one try to salivate over in that first half, but in the last round there is a hatful of tries. Here's the highlights from round 5. loads and loads of tries. And there's been quite a few tries around the grounds earlier on this afternoon as well. That 1 o'clock kickoff at Exeter, that is a result now, 24 points to 14 for Giselle Mather's players. Maud Muir with one of the tries, Meg Jones with a penalty as well. Bristol against Saracens, 29-10, that was a 2 o'clock kickoff. Let's have a look at the time. Yeah, that probably is a result now, isn't it? Saracens beating Bristol. That's another loss for Kim Oliver's players. Loughborough 45-0 over DMP Durham Sharks. But that meant in the nicest possible way and with plenty of respect, Kat, but that's more competitive from DMP. In fact, they've got a penalty now there as well, 50 points to 3. They're becoming more and more competitive as each round goes through.
They're just learning from, they've had some big losses, and I think they're a clever team. They're trying to work out just how to make small improvements, because what they won't be doing is going into these games against Loughborough Lightning and having a target to win it. I don't think they'll say, well, let's have less scores through the middle, or they'll have little targets that they're looking to work on and focus on themselves to try and improve on each game throughout the season.
I remember round 1 they played Harlequins, didn't they? DMP Durham Sharks, 103-0. So that's certainly half that sort of score against them. So if we're looking at it purely in numbers, that's really, really good. So the 5-0 half-time score here at the Al Pass Arena. Sale Sharks are now 5-0 up over Worcester. That is a big game for Joe Yap.
Yeah, surprising as well. I'd say with that result, having seen some of the Worcester games and having commentated on it, I'd have felt that Worcester maybe would be ahead there.
Yeah, that is a latest score up from Sale, and that is who are involved in next week's live stream on England Rugby, all the way up to the Northern Echo Arena. It's a good stadium. You've been up there before?
Yes, yeah, been up there. Brilliant stadium.
Yeah, great stadium. So DMP Durham Sharks against Sale for you next Saturday at 2 o'clock. Saturday the 12th of December, 3 o'clock kick-off for this one, and it's a big one, isn't it? At the Stoop, Harlequins against Saracens. A rerun, of course, of the last 2 years' finals. Massive game, that one on the 12th of December. Saturday after that, Saracens in action again at the Cockpool Stadium, where they're doing some rebuilding work. That will have moved on a phase or two. Loughborough Lightning again. That'll be a very interesting game. Loughborough very firmly third in the table at the moment. And then into the new year, 9th of January, it's a 12 noon kickoff from Bristol Bears Women against Exeter Chief Women from Shaftesbury Avenue. Well, O2, of course, have given so much commitment to the women's game. Their latest deal with England Rugby, pledging half of their sponsorship money to the women's game. And they've been doing some great features behind the scenes with the Red Roses.
Action!
Spent the week at Rounds Rugby Club in Reading and housed here at the Hilton in Reading. It's been great, really enjoyed it. Obviously really pleased with the result in France, but plenty to work on. Mixed and matched the side a little bit, players coming in, players going back out, but we've got another good combination of experience and youth. We're testing the squad depth to its absolute limits at the moment, but the beauty of the squad is that the quality goes really deep these days.
Liam, am I being daft? And appreciate the pressure of you filming me, but I can't find it. Hi.
Oh my days, didn't get in. GPS, so they just track sort of your meters covered, your top speed. Don't actually know.
Global positioning system.
The same GPS as you use your car sat nav.
World Rugby done a load of data on female coaches in high performance roles and recognised in 2017 that there was minimal female coaches within head coaching roles, so there was a need to try and helped develop that, and through that they developed this internship scheme which has allowed female coaches an opportunity to be placed in a high performance environment. I was fortunate enough to get selected through England Rugby to be involved in this journey.
And you can watch the full episode on England Rugby's website or on their YouTube channel as well. Some really, really good footage, behind the scenes stuff as Harlequins come back out on the field. Gloucester-Hartpury out nice and early. Look at the Harlequins players in the eyes as they come out. Suspect, and we talk about those championship minutes, don't we, Cap? 5 minutes before half time, 5 minutes after half time. Gloucester will have been annoyed that they didn't take their opportunities. He's had a couple of opportunities, couple of line outs close to the Harlequins line. Suspect that would have just given a little filler to Harlequins as they went back into the sheds.
Well, Quins get to know that they've absorbed all of that pressure and they've managed to come away with not being scored against, so that's the confidence boost for them.
Very welcome to the Al Pass Arena here. Very heart of this unbelievable educational institution here. The top universities, sports universities in the country.
Hold, Quinn, stay!
Most of us went to the Equestrian Centre on our way here. We got the wrong place, but it is huge, isn't it?
It is massive. I've been there a few times before, so I know not to go to the Equestrian bit, thankfully.
I've been here plenty of times before and still went to the Equestrian
Centre. Went there. Excellent. Just wanted to see the horses.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Got a quick canter. Good one from Emily Scott, but
that's where you are. Mark's there. Sorry, Mark's just there.
Again, that
number 5 rolling off the tackle.
Pace and precision at the breakdown from both sets of players, so quickly to get in on that ball. And I think Nick Wood is very, very hot on the players rolling away, and I think both sets of players, the coaches clearly have done their homework. The players have listened to their coaches and said, right, well, we've got to get in there quickly and try and win these penalties. Kelsey Jones, nice looking line out there, is right in front of us here. We put a spirit level on how straight that was. Hunt, Bethan Lewis is missed.
No effect on the play whatsoever.
Fahey. Hunt looks around. Finds Bethan Lewis. Former pro surfer, Bethan Lewis.
Good stat.
Yeah. One of those apparently,
Not
one of those
on the ball, not on the ball, thank you.
Sportsmen who's just good at everything.
What an intercept!
Incredible! Running away, nobody will catch her. Seize the opportunity.
Incredible, and that's what you get from line speed, that you just get rewarded from it, but brilliant spot.
She reads the game so well as Langi Tuima, and she read that one so beautifully.
Just came out of nowhere, but the whole line speed up was great, and then so the pass from Kerry to flat one, and then from her to then just here, and it's a change of angle as well, out to in, and then the pace that she's got here, no one's going to turn to catch her. I actually thought at one point she's going to trip herself up, which, oh yeah, she does, yeah, but then just get the arm out and get the score. Can you imagine doing an intercept, running all that way and then tripping up and not scoring? That would be a pretty embarrassing moment.
You watch some men's rugby as well. You're watching rugby, right? Juan Leguizamo, Argentina. Dived over the line, dropped it. This is a nice easy conversion for Emily Scott. "17 points so far this season, scrub that up. 19 points, 12-point lead for Harlequins.
So against the run of play really here, but just, yeah, so well read, gifted to her, and it's the change of angle that makes it. If she just comes up straight to a defender, but she's made that scan, she's come in and cut the angle to make sure she gets the ball. Brilliant intercept there.
And they were flat, weren't they? We mentioned that right at the death of that first half.
Because flat passes are great because you get in behind defence, but the risk of them is the higher risk of the intercept is up there.
Shot off the kickoff. They've gone straight to Langi Tuima. She's knocked that ball on. Straight through the arms. Of course, knock-on free kick and these varied laws that we're playing in the Premier 15s.
Okay, number 2. Just hold it there. Number 2.
There is a lot of chat out there.
You asked for them to not do that, so let's not do the same thing.
Yeah, a lot to the ref as well. We saw at half-time both captains going still talking, but seems disciplined so far to be better. Just the knock-ons leading to the free kicks.
Shauna Brown taking a couple of defenders with her. Scott Burford, little pullback Tuima. Great hands, was too good. Chloe Raleigh.
Just relax, just a knock on.
Had to be really quick hands from Tuima. Just the try scorer.
Really nice skill level to have scanned already, so she knows where Ollie is up on her outside. To be able to take that ball with someone right in your face and get it away, really high skill level.
Hunt! Natasha, she's broken through. Needs support now to Red Roses. Teammate Jess Breacher brings her down. Hope came on that first half. It's Gwen Crabb. Hutton's back there. Scrum half, Kerry Larch.
No 3.
Having to be so quick. And that breakdown. Georgia Brock.
Not quick, just a knock on.
Just couldn't go with the ball. The blindside flanker. Just again as it was building for Gloucester-Hartpury.
It's the burst of energy that come from Gloucester-Hartpury that make it so exciting. We said about the fact that they'll be practicing those free kick moves, and that was obviously what Natasha Hunt had done before in training. Luke Brown get it back, and then she goes through with a nice handoff in there. But then the thing now with the knock-ons are you don't get to then apply pressure back onto a scrum. Obviously, with it just being a free kick, you're giving possession away for them to try and move. But definitely, Gloucester is still coming at this with their heads up, and they're trying to attack this.
Yeah, she's just here.
You're 12 now. I mean, you get a score. You're right back in this game, aren't you? Toby Vixton. Her afternoon's work is done. The Swedish international captain as well, both 7s and 15s. Vicky Cornborough. It's a half decent replacement to bring on, isn't it?
I saw this on the team sheet came out. I looked down and was like, you've got to be in a great position, but you've got Cornborough on the bench for you.
Hold 5,
who I thought was outstanding at Twickenham, Vicky Cornborough.
Great game, really good game.
Fabulous. Probably clear for my ageing eyes.
Still in, take step.
Standout player, Sean Williams on as well, alongside.
No, let go, 17!
Shauna Powell Hughes.
Tackle! Thank you. Stay.
Got to be patient. I think that's a really key
No
word
5, through the
for
gate,
Gloucester.
please.
Got to be patient. To worry about.
Number 7.
I think sometimes intensity and tempo gets kind of misused and confused. So they want to have tempo, they really want to ramp it up, but also, as you said, have the patience to be able to go when you need to. You control the tempo of the game, and that's when you got it. It's not saying you have to go fast all the time, it's going to go fast at the right times, catch the defence out, and that's what then brings the intensity to it.
Clear release.
Yeah, Sean Williams.
Another feisty player, Sean is. Yeah.
Next one.
The Wrexham girl, 21 caps for Wales, replaced by.
Stay 10.
She's replaced Georgia Brock.
Advantage.
Harvey University student.
Number 5 across the line.
Only rugby club.
Advantage.
Straight through. Gloucester-Hartpury. Straight through the middle.
Walk away. Stop.
And Gloucester-Hartpury have got one back. We said score now. And and he'll be right in the mix, and I think it's Shauna Powell-Hughes.
They needed it then, they had to get the points, they'd had so much territory possession in the 22, and excellent work. And we spoke about tempo, they just seem to really catch them off guard.
She is looking in fine form, Shauna Powell-Hughes. 46 caps for Wales. She works at WRU as well. She's such a key member around this squad.
So it looked like they'd been held up, and again they were just really clever, twisted across. The two of them are working hard together to make sure they can drive the body weight over, and it's that bit again that's caught Quins off. So it's a peel away from it rather than getting into a weight battle of just who can push each other further. So targeting off, going round, and a good finish. But you can't do that on your own. You need someone in you to hold on tight and push you through and add the leg drive.
Two good friends combining. Daisy Fahey. A couple of conversions and a penalty. Try to bring that one round. Slightly disappointed that effort. Didn't come off the boot properly, did it? Didn't sound right. But this looks right for Gloucester-Hartpury. Look, just on the left-hand side of your picture.
Yes, it's that twist, and you're turning, so you're backing into the defender, so you're making it really difficult for them to get anywhere near the ball, and then it's twisting round again so you're forward so you can get your leg drive. And yeah, great finish there. You can see her powering through, great angle, leg drive, fighting, no one's getting her down there.
We said they were good friends, didn't we? They changed clubs together as well. Sean Williams and Shauna Powell-Hughes, Worcester. Here to Gloucester-Hartpury. Twin. He's always going to come off the left. Goes forward, says Nick Wood. Forward pass, free kick, Gloucester-Hartpury. It's all the way of the home team at the moment, isn't it?
And that happens, you can feel it with momentum. There's teams where it just seems to go right for them, every bounce of the ball goes to them, etc. And it's just starting to go away from Quins.
It's only the 9th try that Harlequins have conceded this season.
Move 12. Thank you, good clear.
Just turning the ball over though, Gloucester. As Beckett comes through now. They're under
No,
pressure.
12, let go! Through the gate, please.
7 points up. They're pretty much thrown away. There were some times against Loughborough. Loughborough coming back late in that game, but
tackle
smooth
release!
sailing really.
Thank you.
Harlequins so far this season. This is a test for them mentally, as much as anything. Gloucester-Hartpury need to stay in the fight. Rolly turning around. She looks like she's still playing a scrum half. Leanne Riley, the number 9, arrives now. Burfoot caught well. Really, really well. Is that Kelly Smith is coming there, is she?
Yeah, the shot from Kelly Smith to run in. I mean, it's a big decision to turn in and run in your wing, but if you make a hit like that, you make it worth it.
Not going to have that. We're going to move the mark forward 10 metres. We spoke about this at half time. Use the line, please, Gloucester.
Kelly Smith is not happy with the decision, and she let the referee know, you just can't do it. And I think we've seen already, when you've not seen Nick Wood already, but in this game, 46 minutes in, he's not going to take stuff like that, neither should he.
No, you shouldn't, and you can't ever backchat to a ref, and rightly so, he's given the penalty against. Whether you think it's right or not, it's irrelevant. It's the person in the middle with the, I've got to say mic, what am I trying to say? Whistle, that you've got to listen to. Oh, that was an awful moment.
You're not coaching now, Kat,
yeah,
you're commentating. Quins are over again, and again it's that driving line out. Again it's their juggernaut pack. It's almost a banker, isn't it? They can go to it and they will always, well, almost always come up with at least 5 points.
They're just so dangerous with it. They know, and you know, when you look at the powerhouses they've got there, you've got your you've got Concord, you've got Brown, you've just got your Beckett's, you've got your big ball players, and they just, so it's landed. They know what they're doing. They're tied in, and I talk about this a lot. The hips are tight, which means no one can splinter through. They know where that try line is. Get low and then push it down.
Short of Brown, I think. Thought it was Amy Cockayne, but it's Amy Cockayne latching on. Shauna Brown.
She's put in some big carries today. Been very, very busy. Not just being feisty, but actually with her carries. Good work as well.
The 6th try of the season for Shauna Brown, the former boxer, commercial deep sea diver, competed in the Highland Games. There's nothing she hasn't done. GB athlete, Commonwealth silver medal.
Yeah, that's some resume, isn't it?
Extraordinary. And Scott's not added the 2. That will help Gloucester-Hartpury, just give them a bit of confidence as the changes begin to be rung by the coaches. Here's the replay again.
And it's impossible for Gloucester to stop. They're throwing the numbers in, but just Quins have it just down so well, and it's really clear and clinical with what they're achieving.
It has been for a few seasons now. But technically, it's all very well having some powerful athletes. There's one of them with a big fen, Shauna Brown. But technically, you make that point, Kat, about the tightness of those hips, the body positions.
Because they all have to become a unit, they're driving as one, whereas if the hips are twisted across, they just won't get their full power through, and it'll be easier for Gloucester to push against them. Great hands.
Get you up to date with the subs in a moment or two as the action, and it is all action.
Tackle, release! Thank you, 5. Stay.
5-0 at half time, but we've had 3 tries. The start of this second half. Scott
stay.
Ready to try and find some grass here. No mere Venner for Gloucester-Hartpury today, a young player who's highly rated, not only here but also by the England setup. That's gone straight out to touch, and Gloucester will find themselves back in their own half again.
In the first half we found that it became a little bit stop-starty, but this one just seems to be a lot quicker, which is great to see the ball in play. And actually, whenever there is a turnover or if there's a kick, both teams are going at it with a lot of tempo and a lot of pace.
Good, thank you.
Fletcher, brilliant. Beckett, Jake Conkle's gone certainly. Leanne Riley's gone as well. Lucy Packer, plenty of pace she has. Emily Scott just shoveling it on to Chloe Rodley.
No, 5, thank you, no.
That one came with a free admission to A&E as well.
No thanks, don't want that one.
Tackle, release! Let her move, please, let her move.
Great powerful run.
Stay there, 8.
Beckett it was. Corbra standing with ball in hand. Packer again, just trying to create a little bit of space. Tuima was caught by Millie Wood, but they've turned it over, Gloucester. Wonder whether we were going to play some advantage here, but Nick Wood says no. There was a late hit with Shauna Brown. Contact on the player who kicked it.
You don't need to follow through that. Not a shoulder charge. Not a shoulder charge.
So she had time to pull out of it, is what the referee's saying. She's gone through with it. She's put her shoulder in, late hit. So, and then you get the penalty where the ball lands.
Hannah Jones, brilliant work from the Welsh international, and she's been really physical and needed to. Well, I've been impressed by those outside backs of Gloucester. They've been identifying, haven't they, and coming in and making those tackles. Millie Wood had 2 players outside her, identified. Risk and reward, you've got to make the tackle, otherwise Harlequins are in for a try, but they've identified really, really well today.
Set yourselves first.
And it's being smart about it, yeah, because if you turn in, you run, and then they get the ball outside, it's the wrong decision. But if you're brave and you go for it, and it turns out to be right, you can kill a try-scoring opportunity just by rushing up and going for the shot.
Flaky George on for Kerry Large.
Option.
Just don't get the arrows right. A couple of those wayward ones today. Tasha Hunt, look at that. Look at the man management there, brilliant.
On the front player. Quins, it works both ways. 5 bad.
Bryony King.
Stay there, Gloucester. Ladies, stay there, please.
Charlotte Williams on there as well. Cara Hope. So Flaky George for Kerry Large.
Hold.
Summer. Here is Packer feeding into that midfield. And a juggle. Can she Kelly Smith? Went through Corbett,
Rachel, hands out, please.
using a little bit of footwork. Pinner. She's been tireless today. Ball in hand and clearing out. Beckett with a tackle. Fletcher in there as well. Dana Capers has come on for Jade Conkle. Good to see the Ireland Test star back. He's Pinnock again. George hurt. Way to pass out to Millie Wood, but she's a big, tall, strong athlete, cutting back. Trying to make some ground.
3 on her feet.
And it's a penalty
Good steal. Mark's just back
to
there.
Harlequins. Must know by now. You have got to roll away as soon as you can. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, Nick Wood is going to give a penalty against you.
And for me, Gloucester seem to do this sometimes. They've got such a good skill set, but then sometimes the pass there from her, I mean, it's about 10 metres behind Millie Wood, and it just puts pressure on yourselves. You've got to get those passes out in front. Millie Wood has to turn, go back, get it, then ends up getting isolated because Quins obviously are on the front foot. They're having to run backwards. So it's just fine-tuning that under pressure and actually still being able to the basics, doing the basics well.
Sarah Becker, who's receiving some treatment. Bianca Blackburn is warming up.
Please, your players back up.
She's a player that can come on and make a difference. She really is. I think the tempo that she can bring, and I really rate her as a player too.
Must have played with her for England.
Numbers, Quins.
Yeah, and at Worcester.
Numbers, please.
Yeah, played
of course, yeah.
5 man, thank you.
Sean Lynn was very, very keen to stress just how well the likes of Bianca Blackburn have played while Mo Hunt was off and away, but your captain's available. And the quality and skill of Mo Hunt, she goes straight back in. Goes high, Kelly Smith chasing this one. Emily Scott just breached that scintillating try over in Grenoble a couple of weeks ago. Beginning of that second half, he's Anna Capeless.
Shoulder, hold.
On the shoulder, says the referee. They could form a great band actually, the Harlequins back row. Sarah Beckett, Anna Capeless.
Still got penalty advantage.
Got no idea what I'm talking about. Then check out their social media channels. Both very talented musicians. Wilcox.
Okay, you've got a choice, Quins. You've got a high tackle there or a high tackle here.
Originally, Nick Wood said it was just on his shoulder, but I think assistant referees come in and said there was a high shot.
It did look high.
Yeah, it did look high. They're taking the second penalty on that far side.
Water break, ladies, that's 20 minutes.
And there we are, halfway through this second half, and we will have another water break. It has been relentless, isn't it? The physicality of this game.
Yeah, there's shots going in all over the place. Some slightly high like that one, but then you just got to kind of keep discipline, get low. But yeah, it's the stuff off the ball, the kind of late hits, people holding people down on the ground. You've got no love lost between these two teams, and you can really see that with the physicality side of it ramping up in the second half.
Why? Why is there beef between these two camps?
I don't actually know the beef between them. I just think, I think that Quins, when you're top of the table and people like Sarries and things like that, I think other teams naturally want to take a shot at you. But yeah, I didn't realise how much feistiness was between the two of them. But it's up there.
Full time at Shaftesbury. Bristol Bears going down again. It's another loss for Bristol Bears, going down 36 points to 10 over Saracens. And Loughborough still up 50 points to 3 against DMP Durham Sharks.
Penalty. Your penalty there.
5-0 Sale up.
Gloucester, who's captain now?
That was latest anyway. So these replacements now. Millie Wood's come off. Gwen Crabb has come off and Mo Hunt has come off. So Bianca Blackburn straight on Ellie Underwood.
been nominated as captain.
On as well on the wing, you would suspect.
Hang on, they've still got minutes on.
Fresh legs. Good performance from Mo Hunt, and a captaincy as well. Ability to
Time on.
put a little smile on, a little twinkle in the eye that she has. It's always an added bonus for a scrum half, isn't it, to have that ability when you're talking to a referee.
Yeah, and also just to have that kind of, it's the cheeky side of it, so you can push the boundaries a little bit more when you're smiling with it. I think that you can get away with a bit more.
Stay there, Gloucester, please. 19, step. Gloucester, 19, step. 4, step. More.
Bea Fletcher again at the line out. They've used her a great deal in the absence of Abby Ward. And here comes the driving maul again. This is for the bonus point for Harlequins. They're up, they're over, they've scored. That might be the final nail in the Gloucester-Hartpury coffin. When that power comes on, you know it's coming. Doing something about it is a different prospect altogether.
Well, it's not often you see a line like that where the forwards are actually sprinting in that position. They are really running. It's normally a little bit of a battle first, but the amount of power and pace that they were able to put in that, nothing was going to stop it, short of just pulling it down illegally. So they get in set, and you can see it starts off slow, but look how fast their legs start to pump off of this, and they're really going for it now, driving forward, and just there's no chance of stopping that at all. But really, really well worked unit.
And Amy Cockayne is the try scorer. She so often is, not only the quarters but the white of England as well. As you say, look at the pace of that.
It really got going, like live and full speed. That was just ridiculous. They were like, it's like sled press, like kind of power, like prowler push. They were really sprinting in that position, and it's not easy to do, so I think credit where it is due. And Amy Cockayne's throw-in has been on point all game, exactly where they need it to be. They're landing it, so they know where they're going. They can all go around it, and it's just so, I keep saying this word today, but clinical, and that looked very, very clinical and powerful for them.
Annie Tuima can't add the two. Final replacement for Gloucester-Hartpury, Catherine Buggy. From Limerick. It's been around to play rugby. Started at Shannon and Munster. It's a provincial winner 8 years ago now. Then over to Sydney to play some rugby as well. Who works at Hartpury University, did a master's here as well, so she knows the place very well. The replacement prop, Robin Locke as well, is on the field. Converting to a hooker.
Okay, we're going to come for a scrum here. We've got a player down as well.
Player down,
I was trying to hold
says Nick Wood.
We've got a player down. Okay.
Just go back to that driving maul. Technically very, very good indeed.
Scrum, lost the ball. You've got a player down.
Yeah, technical power as well. All the things that are kind of wanting that you'd want from a line out.
It's Vicky Cornborough who's taken one. I thought it was Anna Capers to begin with. Yeah, she's stayed high, Vicky Cornborough, hasn't she? And I think she's caught an elbow to the face. She's a tough cookie though.
Oh, she is, yeah. And as you say, great game last weekend, and they'll be really pleased that she could come on. So what happens a lot is you try and go for a double tackle, one low, one high. So one obviously chops the legs, stops any leg drive, and the second one comes in, stops the ball. So I think that's what Cornborough maybe was going for, but it was just a tiny bit too high. And yeah, I think maybe a flailing elbow got her in the face.
Yeah, 56 caps now. Vicky Cornborough, having made a debut only 5 years ago, the former Portsmouth and Richmond player. Amy Cockayne scoring that bonus point try. She's had a good afternoon, Amy Cockayne. When you think about that set piece being absolutely key, you've got to be acting in that area. She is a fine hooker when it comes to line-out time.
Yeah, so I was talking about the passes when they're slightly behind somebody, and then it kills the quality of the attack that you can have, and it's exactly the same for the line-out. If it's not spot on, okay, actually they've not landed where they need to, or the second row's off balance and they can't quite get into the perfect positioning, but by having it pinpoint accuracy, you know, it's almost unopposed by the time, because you know exactly where it's going, land it, get into position and drive.
So that was Rosie Dobson who'll come on for Amy Cockayne. So the game is settled now in terms of the result. 12 minutes left as Vicky Cornborough pops back in the air. I wonder whether there was a big contact lens, but yeah, she'll have a nice shiner come Monday morning when she's back to the day job.
Yeah, one to be proud of, I reckon.
Busy old lady. Just take a moment. Players' safety, of course, absolutely paramount.
Okay.
And Harlequins will be pleased with this to come through. We said, didn't we? Just a couple of minutes. In fact, it was before Brown scored or Tuima, that Harlequins under pressure here. They've been in a real fight, and they'll like that. They're very, very aware that it's building the season up to win 1-2 games come the end of the season. We all expect, of course, them to be in those semi-finals, but they've got to build and continue to work, continue to add some depth to their squad, as all these sides have. It'll please them today. Come through this one for Gloucester. There's a bit more accuracy, some real easy fixables. Tatiana Hur is over the top of Burfoot.
Stop.
George, he's got plenty in that. It's going to bounce as well for Roddy. A wonderful player, look at the footwork there. Tries to stay in field, she won't do it.
Aerial skills again, she's so good under a high ball, so just takes it. Great footwork on Smith, bit of a footwork and a handoff, but then here, I mean, 2 players against 1. I mean, she's a slight player as well. She's only ever going into that touchline.
Johanna Jones again, outside centre.
Option. Quins option, please, not straight.
Defensively very, very good today, Hannah Jones.
Scrum or line.
Welsh
It's not
international.
a tap, it's scrum or line out.
Not add to a 4-try tally so far this season. One of those at the top of the try scoring charts. Not so far anyway. Harlequins have opted to take the scrum. Chilly now, and the mist just coming over the Al Pass Arena here. Lights have been on for some time.
Make sure we're 5.
Some real heat out there.
Crouch!
Any Green
18.
is on as well at 10.
Bind!
I think you're up to date with all the subs. It's difficult this period of the game, isn't it? The turnstile of replacements. Beckett is at 8. There is Ellie Green. Well, he can't take the ball with her.
That's advantage over.
Advantage over. Came off a Gloucester-Hartpury hand.
Don't dive on her.
Harlequins
let go, Quins, let go!
It's
You went off your feet. Yeah, that's fine. Stop.
Mature performance from them, sticking to the areas of the game they know to be their areas of strength. Capped most of the first half, of course, in the Gloucester-Hartpury half.
Just having the confidence not to panic when they are in Gloucester's half, and I think that's the main thing that sets them apart.
Okay, we're going to stop. You're telling me there's a head injury, we're going to stop the game.
I'll ask you now, Cap, and in the next break of play, we'd like a
Quins
player of
got
the
a head
match
injury
from
here,
you.
okay?
Got one, yeah.
Have you? Okay, well, Magic, who are the contenders?
Contenders, you'd have your players like Brown has played really well. I think she's been right on the edge. She's done loads of carries. Beckett's done really well with some carries as well. I'm always a big fan of Scott. I think she's a brilliant, skillful player. But for me, we've already spoken about Amy Cockayne, just purely on her line-out ability. The fact that she will put a kick in. She also did a shift, some carrying, some good defensive work. Just think an all-round really good game.
Don't disagree with that at all. As Chloe Edwards comes on for Shauna Brown, one of those in your list of admirable mentions. But Amy Cockayne with that final bonus point score for Harlequins. Her arrows have been absolutely on point.
Yeah, and when you are reliant on scoring line-out tries as your main kind of scoring opportunities, then your hooker has to be a big part of that. So yeah, that's the reason for for a player.
Crouch!
And she's not wearing slippers today.
Bind!
Did you see that on her social media?
That's granddad's slippers, isn't it, or something? Yeah.
She's her own person, Amy Cockayne.
Ball gone.
Great rugby family. Rolly. Almost away, she just skip away now. She's devastating runner, Chloe Rolly. Here comes Harlequins again. Chloe Edwards can't take that one, and Gloucester-Hartpury still there, aren't they? Still making those tackles. Turn that ball over. That was Pinnock again, who slipped on a Gloucester-Hartpury win today, would have been in the mix for player of the match. Hope tries to get breach. Helped out by Kelsey Jones.
Tackle now, let go.
Ripped that ball away, Gloucester-Hartpury.
Just stay still, thank you.
Packer. Green. Good angle again. Burford.
No, Gloucester, players on the wrong
pass
side.
again there. Wilcox. Fletcher. And that's Capeless. Packer, nice quick ball now for Beckett. Trying to get that offload away. The referee says play on as Chloe Edwards.
Tackle there.
Tatiana
No. Still on the wrong side.
Green, smallest players on the field. Has to go down.
I'll let you go quick, Rachel. Game values, I'm not letting you do that. You can have the penalty, you're not going quick as well. Game values, there you are.
Very firm
Number
command
22 is offside.
Nick Wood. Saying not going to let you go quick, not entirely sure why. There was certainly no explanation offered, and Harlequins slightly doing a Gloucester-Hartpury and not finding their touch, and that's it would be sort of only about 5 mistakes they've made today, Harlequins.
They've not made many, and the ones they have made, they've then put a big defensive shift in after us. But yeah, Rolly, for me, she's a really deceptive runner because she's obviously quick, but it's the footwork as well, and she's a lot stronger than she looks, and not in a disrespectful way, just that she is so slight. But yeah, strong, powerful, and quick as well. But that's a lovely run from her.
Oh yeah, there's a real steal there, isn't there? Chloe Rolly burst onto the scene. A few years ago now in the Six Nations, 2017 it was. A couple of player of the matches against Wales and Italy, a couple of tries as well. And that's why she's started all 37 of her caps for Scotland. What a Gloucester-Hartpury got in the dying embers of this game. George manages to get a kick away. Breach, wobbly 1 foot. Rolly, oh, she just steps and glides. Good tackle, and needed to be as well. Green just tried to find that open space. Puts it out to the safety of touch.
Just hang on while we take boots off.
And another burst of pace that we spoke about before, but just brilliant. So it's not a clean ball from Breach at all, and then she just trusts herself to burst through tackles, and obviously does it. But a great tackle from Bianca Blackburn, who I think is up there with one of the best cover tackling nines. Brilliant. She just spots her, goes low, technical tackle, chops her down.
Final two replacements coming on for Harlequins. Izzy Mayhew
Time is still off.
and Alex Eddy, really good. I said a couple of weeks back, but really good to see Alex Eddy back after a very, very long injury layoff in the British Army.
He's standing there telling you to stop. It can't be much more.
Fee Fletcher's gone off.
She put a shift in as well today, you know, because she does so many carries and off the ball stuff, and the work rate she does in the breakdowns. Really, really solid player.
Oh, I say her biggest fan, but just every single week her level of performance is absolutely superb. Goes about her business very quietly, unassuming, but is one of the first names on the team sheet, I would suggest, for Harlequins. Certainly was last season.
Yeah, completely agree with that, and you need those players that just do their job, get on with it, do all the bits, so that then you've got some of your line breaking back row or something like that, but they're able to do that kind of work because you've got the Fletchers in there doing all the hard stuff, basically, doing all the graft.
Kelly Smith come off. In a good way defensively, she's been good, Kelly Smith, today. They needed to be. This would have been more for Gloucester-Hartpury, but certainly their hearts have been in it, haven't they? Plenty of passion, standing toe to toe at times with Harlequins, certainly. And not many have said that so far this season, certainly not the likes of DMP, Durham Sharks, Wasps. In round two they beat them, Exeter as well, Loughborough as well, and Sale.
Numbers, please,
This has been a really stern test for Harlequins today.
And the scoreline, 22-5, actually slightly flattering possibly to Quins. Yes, they've had amazing line-out driven than that, but I think Gloucester-Hartpury have been closer at times to getting a score in.
Still going as well here, Harlequins. A couple of minutes left in this one. Capus.
No, wait, let go!
That's Robinson.
You're fine. She needs to move.
Gloucester-Hartpury still going as well. Ellie Green. And he's doing it off the outside of the boot.
Leg! No, Quins, no. Stay.
Fahey.
Ball was out.
Ronnie's all action. Charged down. Who's going to win the race? Tuima is racing after it. Gloucester are there first.
No, Quins. Not supporting your own weight. Stay. Don't do it.
Would not be.
Ball is still in. Stay there.
Just on Gloucester-Hartpury, as you say, Kat, the scoreline does not tell the full picture of this game, because Gloucester-Hartpury have been right in this game for large chunks of it. Possibly they will rue those clinical mistakes they've made, and possibly the legs have got tired, just the amount of time they've had to play in their own territory in this game as well.
And just not scoring, I think, for that last play before the first half, I think that sometimes can psychologically make you have a step back. But yeah, there's been bursts of it. I just don't think even this season we've seen a full 70 minute performance yet from Gloucester-Hartpury. There's like bursts of it, but just not quite consistently there yet.
And your assessment of Harlequins?
Time's going back on.
I think they'll be pretty happy with it. I think first half they'll want to look at a few things to kind of fine tune, but in general, yeah, I think they'll come away happy that they, that they've beaten a good Gloucester-Hartpury side.
Time on.
Yeah, I mean the sternest test. I'd say certainly Wasps tested them the first half of that game. Loughborough Lightning came back strongly as
okay, keep it up now, you've had your attempt!
But this is right up there with one of those teams who will be there or thereabouts in that top four come the end of the season.
Ball's available, stay there, stay there.
Going to add some gloss now. The Harlequins can go over again. Ellie Green with some nice footwork.
Tackle,
Dennis
release.
Cornborough. Gloucester-Hartpury have got the penalty. And it's met with
Counter-up was
cheers
good. Okay, we've come in from the side to secure it.
from the Gloucester-Hartpury players in the stands in front of us.
Gloucester-Hartpury have got some really good turnover penalties, haven't they? At key moments where it's been really important that they get them, and that's something building on to the rest of the season for them. They can hold their head up high with that, because if you can win the ball in areas of pressure, it's a huge relief.
Absolutely, and it is a long season. We know that there's going to be a dogfight. Isn't it? Those sort of top three just sort of slightly drifting away. The Harlequins, Saracens, Loughborough. That fight for fourth, you could think, is, and indeed third, will be a real fight come the end of the season. When you've got the likes of Gloucester-Hartpury, you've got the likes of Wasps in there battling it out. But again, Harlequins today in this game have showed their calmness, their maturity. When you've got the amount of caps that they boast in the 23, there's going to be an element of calm, isn't there? And even at half time, when they walked off, when they just repelled Gloucester-Hartpury, there was a real calmness to them.
And playing with a player down when Riley was off, with the yellow card, they could just take a breath and go, okay, they've been in most of the situations, they've just got confidence and belief in themselves that they can overcome it and get the win.
Thank you.
There's still plenty for Gloucester-Hartpury to work on here. Some easy fixables. Blackburn. Shona Powell-Hughes. That's a determined run. Minutes before the end of this game. They're still not giving up the fight, Gloucester. And that will certainly please Sean Litt, Lisa Burgess, James Forrester.
Penalty advantage still.
Even against one of the best, they have been there or thereabouts. George, nice pass from her. Hurd.
Tackle.
Easy Mayhew takes Hurd out.
Hold that mark for me, please.
It's King now.
Tackle move, let go. 20's okay, come back.
Penalty, offside, Harlequins in the middle of the field.
Hang on, we'll put time off.
It's Karis Hale who's down.
Roll away.
Receiving some treatment
Off,
right in the middle of the field here. What Gloucester-Hartpury do,
The ball goes down.
no less than they deserve if they finish with a late flourish here. It's not going to affect the result, of course, but just for them to move on to their next game.
Hang on, time's off.
Away at Worcester, then at home to DMP, away at Wasps, and then into the new year got Loughborough Lightning.
So a nice run of games for them to have some, so they'll want to practice having their attack. So I very much doubt they would go for points here. Obviously they're going to want to play as they have done the whole game. They've really tried to keep the ball alive and keep a nice high tempo to this game.
That's for Harlequins next week at home at Bristol, and then another home game against Saracens. Of course, we know that will be a hotly contested fixture. They always are.
Yeah, we think if there's no love lost between these teams, it's even better against Saris and Quins.
Well, it was 39-12 to Harlequins at the Stoop last season. 28-0 here at the Al Pass Arena to Harlequins between these two last season. This is a better scoreline, but unfortunately the run of Harlequins victories over Gloucester-Hartpury is going to continue. This is the 7th game they played against each other in Premiership Rugby, and it will be a 7th win for Harlequins. Kelsey Jones in the back of the truck driving it. Pinnock, excellent afternoon's work from her. Trying to spin around the side now. Hurd. It's come off a Harlequin's hand. It came off Mayhew's hand, so they're allowed to play advantage. George and Underwood lurking out wide in the mist. They get it out to an out. That's Locke.
Not on the ball, stay. Move 18, no, 4, let go. 18. Backwards.
Still Gloucester-Hartpury come.
Let go.
Blackburn. George. Wrapped up by Beckett.
Advantage over for knock on. Tackle release first. Thank you, good grip. Hold.
George is stopped by Capeless. Gianna Hurd, there's no depth to that
Tackle.
Gloucester backline.
Move, Quins.
It's another work on. Quick hands, lovely hand to George. It looked forward though, and indeed it was. And that will signal the end of this game. Superb effort from Gloucester-Hartpury. You've got to give them huge amount of credit because they weren't bowled over by Harlequins here, not by any stretch of the imagination. For large chunks of the game, went completely and utterly toe-to-toe with a team that had got to the last 2 years' finals. But it's Harlequins, certainly in this second half, that just showed their maturity, showed all their experience, club and test international experience that came through, and in the end they've come away with a maximum 5 points and make it 6 from 6. Your assessment of that game as a whole then, Cat Merchant?
I think that Gloucester-Hartpury will be frustrated because I think they definitely had glimpses of what they could do, and you could see what they were trying to achieve. Like the last pass there, that it's the right decision, pass it back inside, keep it alive, but it just goes a little bit forward. So fine tuning, I think, for them will take them forward for the next few games coming up. Quins, perfect for them to get a bit more test against them, get some line speed, get some really feisty kind of confrontations, which is good for them, building in, you know, the Saracens games that they've got coming up. So yeah, a good game, slightly messy from both sides, not quite as clinical as either would have liked, but then some brilliant tries in there and a great set piece driven line outs.
Yeah, it was a bonus point win for Harlequins, 22 points to 5 over Gloucester-Hartpury. The final score here at the Alpas Arena. And you say, Gloucester-Hartpury, plenty to work on, but easy fixables of the Harlequins. That's a real test for them, and I suspect that will please the management as Saracens loom large a couple of weeks away. Well, one of the stars, in fact your star, Cat Merchant, of the game, the Harlequins hooker, Red Rose's star as well, Amy Cockayne, is waiting to speak to Ashley.
Congratulations, what a game of rugby that was. You guys just seem to be unstoppable today at the moment. How happy are you with that overall performance?
Oh yeah, probably a bit of frustration, you know, it wasn't the most clinical performance, a lot of errors, but you know, we always knew it was going to be a dogfight coming to Gloucester, so probably saw that in the game.
Nice way to put it. It was always going to be a physical game against Gloucester-Hartpury, but what gave your side the edge?
I think it just, you know, we went back to basics, got the go forward, got in the right areas of the pitch, and then, you know, we've got to kill them all. We back ourselves on getting over the line with that driving line up, so probably just went back to basics.
And a few areas to improve on, a bit of discipline. Leanne Riley obviously getting the yellow card. You're up against Bristol Bears next week. Where will you look to improve?
Yeah, we'll probably be a similar sort of game, you know, Bristol, typical West Country side as well. So, as you say, discipline was huge. We did talk about it, but, you know, heat at the moment, sometimes it can get away with you. So probably just really focus on those errors, those stupid errors that, like, we kind of put more pressure on ourselves today than we would say Gloucester put on us. So kind of more looking at ourselves than the opposition.
Well, congratulations, Amy. You are the Allianz Player of the Match.
No
well
way.
Done.
Was I actually?
Amy Cockayne, a typical Amy Cockayne reaction to player of the match. Didn't quite believe that she was the player of the match, but there was some really key performances. She was one of them, and they sort of came to life. And as Amy was saying, they went back to their basics in that second half as they recorded that 22 points to 5 victory. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from the entirety of the game. Only the single try in the first half, Cat Merchant, and again it was that driving line out.
And it's, yeah, they do it time and time in and out of training, but it's the ability to assess where the pressure of the defence is and to get and beat it, get round it, so you're not fighting against anyone, you're trying to get against a weak shoulder and get over.
the moments before this, they tried a sort of straight drive, as it were. They peeled round the side. Brown first.
And there's still work to do for Brown there. It's not an easy carry. She's worked hard, and then it's just body height. Talk about it over and over again. When you're close to the line, if you're not low enough, you're going to get hit back. And then this one, lovely interception. She read it so well, out to in, backs herself, does fall over, so it doesn't make it look as easy as it is, but then gets the try. But against the run of play, but brilliant, what they needed to pick them up, and a really good spot off a flat pass from Hurd.
Yeah, they were very flat all day, that Gloucester backline. Tuima, who reads the game of rugby so well. Those rugby brains out there.
Yeah, she looked so relaxed when she did it, didn't she? There was no, oh, should I, shouldn't I? She knew she was getting that ball.
And then it was Gloucester-Hartpury's turn to come back with their own driving line out, similar to the Conkle try, wasn't it? It was the opposite number 8, Shona Powell Hughes, who span around the side.
And there's a speed at which they did it, I think, which was what was key for them. Absolute speed of the spin-off, and then just leg drive, power, and she's upper body, lower body, getting over that line.
By her very close friend Sian Williams over the line, but then it was Harlequins in the driving seat, and they really did turn the screw. Summer had a good game, her first start, coming back to the club,
and it's just knowing when to break. The teamwork and the communication that will be going on there that we won't pick up quite on the ref mic probably, but they'll know exactly who's pushing where, which angle and why, and then when to break off. And so just the teamwork in there is just great from that pack.
Yeah, Shauna Brown with that try, and then it was your player of the match, Amy Cockayne, who's, as you say, her darts have been superb all day, and she gets on the end of this one.
And this was the one we said about where they're almost sprinting forward, to just the power of the leg drive for all of them together. Yeah, off a great line out throw from player of the match. And again, it's just that unit. And before the game, we said it's going to be the Harlequins pack, which is going to win it for them if they did. And it's moments like this which they just can repeat again and again and again.
So let's get you up to date. If you don't want to know the scores, look away now. Too late. Here are final scores from all the grounds from round 6, the Premier 15s. Earlier on today, the 1 o'clock kickoff, Wasps beat Exeter Chiefs 24 points to 14. Good victory for Giselle Mather's players. Certainly keeps the pressure on, staying in that top sort of 4-5 in the half. Bristol Bears, another loss for Kim Oliver against the champions, 36 points to 10. Loughborough Lightning, good victory for them, 57 points to 3 over DMP Durham Sharks. But that's a much better showing. Certainly, obviously not seen the game, but in terms of scoreline, that's a much more competitive outing for DMP Durham Sharks. The result here, of course, Harlequins with the bonus point, maximum 30.6 from 6 now. And Sale Sharks have beaten Worcester Warriors 11 points to 0. And Kat Merchant looks to me with surprise in her eyes. And I agree with you. Sale Sharks with their first win in Allianz Premier 15's history. Well done to Katie Daly-McLean and the rest of her crew. 11 points to 0, Sale Sharks, their first win. There will be celebrations up in the north tonight. And next week we are covering Sale, aren't we? We're up at DMP Durham Sharks at the Northern Echo Arena for the visit of Sale Sharks, who will be buoyed and be very confident after that victory. And DMP Durham Sharks building very nicely. That's next Saturday, 2 o'clock. You can find that in all the normal places, englandrugby.com, allianzpremier15s.com as well, YouTube, Facebook pages and all the rest of it. And Harlequins continue their march at the top of the Allianz Premier 15's table, relentlessly physical in what was a utterly engaging game of rugby. Gloucester-Hartpury will not go away this season, we know that now. Plenty of high heart and fight from them. But from Kat Merchant and myself, Johnny Hammond, have a delightful rest of the weekend.
Rock with me, all my girls with me.
towards Chloe Rolly. Wonderful step from the Scotland international. Gliding away, running away, sprinting away, stunning score!
Lewis on the wraparound. This might work out for Thompson. They're going to put a little bit more on it, and then they're over.
Large on the ball, lovely flighted pass. Tatiana Hurd with a straight line, streaking towards the try line in the opening minute. She spills away, dives over the line. Wonderful fly from Tatiana Hurd.
Megan Goddard puts the afterburners on. Shotted Harris, 2-on-1 is Lydia Thompson. Oh no, you're not going to catch Lydia Thompson from there. Scott, oh, it's intercepted by Emily Scarrett. They won't catch Emily Scarrett from there. The long legs just eating up the ground. Oh, Chloe Rowley's making her way back, but she won't catch her. Emily Scarrett has been on fire.
Carson again, she's having an absolute stormer of a second half. The Canadian international still going, gets the offload out. Lottie Clark bursts away from the tackles, gives it off. Carson again, looks around the outside, Packer for the hat-trick. What a score from Saracens. What a comeback.
Ride with me, all my girls with me. Ride with me.
Turnover by Malloy. And McDonald sets off. Claudia McDonald. Mack is back and in fine style. Oh, it's a fine strike. Marston controlling brilliantly. That Bristol pack going forward. It's a penalty try. Oh, now there's a gap. Burgess.
Ride with me, all my girls with me.